the medical device world, a common phrase is called design controls. It's part of the FDA guidance on how to perform your product development work. Uh, a core piece of that, and there's many aspects to it, but a core element that I want to discuss today is related to design inputs, design outputs, and design reviews. I think those are core areas that I can help organizations, and organizations have contacted us to work with them. So starting with design inputs, it's kind of a big area when you get down to it. You could summarize it as calling it requirements or specifications. That is kind of the topic area. But it's basically what is your inputs into the design, and the requirements are a document that's kind of the output of that process. But design inputs is an overall bucket of process, not just a deliverable. At least that's how I view it. So customer interactions and discussions, and how do you validate and translate those needs into requirements, that whole evolution, and doing that and doing it well and having that story behind your design, very useful. And sometimes I also help clients write what I call design intent documents, which is the story about those requirements and how they tie together. So kind of user experience in the software world would be a similar phrase. But it's having that package of the story that I think is helpful. Design outputs then is obviously the reports and the proving that you've done those requirements, you've met those requirements in your work. And those, I guess back to design inputs then can also be driven by business need as well. A design input is we have a cost limit, we have a lead time limit, we have material constraints, common material constraints, or other things that might be business needs. But those are still inputs in your design, not just customer requirements. So that's why it's written a little bit more open-ended. Again, the design inputs or outputs is what did you do to prove that that'll happen? There's obviously a step in here that's not just confirming the outputs, but I call the homework of getting to that point. Understanding what's risky, doing the limit testing of your process, of your product, kind of know where it performs, where it likes to be, where it struggles to be, and then proving that, and that's part of that design output. So there's a lot of homework that goes in between those steps. The intermediate steps as well as the final steps are reviewed in the design reviews. And design reviews, I think, are a big opportunity to pull in someone like myself to kind of that checkpoint, that touch point of, yep, that sounds good, make sure you cover this, or sounds like there's a lot of risk and uncertainty there. If you consider design experiments, is there something there that can help evolve that quickly and not be something to drag the project down and slow down the project. So those are three core areas of design controls. And again, all areas where I've worked with companies. I tend to, for the project that I'm working in, I do the review of the aspect that I'm working on, but I think that opportunity to utilize my services earlier in a project, that can come into play during concept review, requirements review, because if there's challenging requirements or competing requirements, how do we set that up to evaluate that and make sure we're on the right track? If you'd like some support in strengthening your design controls, that process of walking through these things, contact us at Perry Solutions. We'd love to help you, medical device or non-medical device industry, to help you raise your performance of your product development process.